Hello everyone, and welcome to my GH Soap Opera Today channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Spoilers for General Hospital reveal that following Drew's miraculous stroke recovery, he becomes a changed man. General Hospital spoilers imply that Drew Kane's redemption may finally begin. Is it possible that Drew's incredible recovery from his stroke has altered him? A serious stroke threatened Drew because of Willow Kane's injection. As a result, Drew's medical team doesn't have high hopes when it comes to his making a full recovery. Having said that, many other characters have recovered from much worse. It's crucial to remember that there is certainly a chance for Drew to reclaim his normalcy following rigorous therapy. Willow will have more chances to harass Drew while acting like a loving spouse, since he would be unable to move or speak properly for a long period. Nevertheless, Drew may recover enough to tell the truth about Willow eventually. Until then, Drew can utilize this time to reflect on his ideal self. Since Drew may spend months healing, that could let him re-evaluate his objectives and understand that his actions lead him down a poor path. Making amends for his mistakes and being a decent father to Scout Quartermain may end up being Drew's top priorities. Could the writers of General Hospital utilize this stroke to give Drew a fresh start and make him emerge from this transformed? Nina Reeves previously mentioned that it was a possibility, but Kai Taylor doubted it. Since Drew didn't change after he got shot, Kai was skeptical of this stroke changing anything either. Even so, Drew's stroke is arguably different as it'll require a considerably longer recovery time. Drew's going to be stuck with his own thoughts for a while and may start to see the error of his ways. Many fans miss the former version of Drew that was a hero instead of a villain. The show might begin the path back to a nicer Drew who genuinely cared about more than just himself. Would you like to see GH writers use this as a way to Drew's redemption? Will Drew make any improvements to his life following the stroke trauma and come out of this as a better person? General Hospital spoilers state Drew's future is unknown, but let's hope for good news, especially for Scout's sake. General Hospital spoilers Tuesday, February 3rd. Emma panics, Britt's life at risk, Diane gloats, Justine flirts. On the next GH, Michael faces challenging questions, Britt's situation gets dire, and a perilous mission begins as secrets tighten their grip on Port Charles. Fans may anticipate Diane Miller to be skeptical. Britt Westbourne is desperate. Plus, Michael Corinthos gets interrogated. Key points: Michael Corinthos faces interrogation pressure. Diane Miller senses trouble. Willow confesses to Nina. Britt Westbourne's crisis escalates. A dangerous mission takes shape on the upcoming General Hospital. Michael Corinthos interrogated. Let's start off with Michael, who is summoned by Diane. Fans know that Diane got a phone call indicating the authorities want to question Michael. It sounds like Michael might be pushed to make a deal, even if he doesn't think so now. Michael might think he can't lose, but he really should listen to Sonny Corinthos about this issue. However, Diane also tells Michael that ADA Justine Turner has just handed them a big gift. So all might not be lost for Michael. Willow Tate Kane's confession over. With Willow Tate Kane, she opens out to Nina Reeves. The woman complains that she kept begging and pleading to Michael for a compromise. Of course, if Michael is next to go on trial for shooting Drew Kane, then he could contemplate compromising with his ex-wife. Sonny Corinthos seduction. General Hospital spoilers for tomorrow's episode show that Sonny tried to reason with Michael regarding Willow. However, Michael wouldn't listen to him. Now, the man will try to turn on the charm with Turner. However, the lady responds, anything is possible. But don't hold your breath. Britt Westbourne's desperation. Now that Britt has told Jason Morgan what's going on, she has run into another complication. The woman realizes that her life-saving medication is missing. In a feverish panic, the woman is desperate. In a preview clip, the woman states that they wanted her in the lab, and she's doing the work. Felicia Scorpio's discovery. As for Emma Scorpio Drake, she comes to Felicia Scorpio for help. The girl tells Felicia that Anna Devane is in peril. However, followers know that Anna isn't in France, and it's likely a diversion. As for Jason, he will feel torn. As the man is about to depart on a risky assignment, Dante Falconeri delivers him a caution. The commissioner continues, you need someone you know and trust to lead you back from it. Even though Jason will be hesitant, Dante is right. Will they work together and figure out a way for Britt to get out of this mess? GH's Alexa Havens breaks down Lulu and Nathan's forbidden kiss and what comes next. Alexa Havens said Lulu and Nathan crossed the boundary without planning to. describing the kiss as a misstep motivated by circumstance rather than design. On General Hospital, Nathan and Lulu wound up stuck in a cafe during the blizzard while trying to hunt down Charlotte, the type of Port Charles diversion that starts with good intentions and ends with disastrous consequences. Snowed in, slightly intoxicated, and running on weeks of unspoken tension, they crossed a line neither of them had expected to approach out loud. That moment, and everything tied up inside it, was what Alexa Havens subsequently unpacked when she talked about where Lulu's head genuinely was and why the fallout was never going to be clean. Key takeaways: Nathan and Lulu were snowed in together during the blizzard while searching for Charlotte, creating the conditions for a line to be crossed. Alexa Havens said she understood early on where the tale was heading after Lulu was positioned as the one to find Nathan. Havens portrayed Lulu's conflict as ethical, not romantic, given Maxie's health and history with both of them. The link evolved organically through shared sadness and lost time, not intent or pursuit. The kiss that wasn't a tragedy. Havens spoke with Soap Opera Digest about how early she understood where the story was heading after Ryan Pavey arrived, and Lulu was scripted as the one to locate Nathan after the tragedy. She admitted she recognized the signal immediately, calling it an apparent indicator if you know how soaps lay breadcrumbs, even when the characters themselves are still in denial. What complicated it for her wasn't the chemistry, but the ethics. Havens noted that Lulu's instincts pushed back hard against the concept of developing love for Maxie's spouse, especially given their history and the fact that Maxie was still laying in a coma. She characterized playing that tension as a persistent internal battle rather than a single failure of judgment. The friendship crept up on them over time, built out of shared sadness and that bewildering stretch of missing years that no one else around them could really relate to. Havens made it plain there was nothing deliberate about it, which is why the kiss didn't play as a plot shift so much as a miscalculation neither of them had been steering toward. What happens after the snow clears? Havens stated she loved that Lulu's first reaction after the kiss wasn't swooning but revulsion, quoting Lulu's immediate answer as, "No. We cannot do this to Maxie." The guilt arrived fast, and Lulu sobered up emotionally long before the storm passed outside. From there, the tale changed into restraint rather than excess. Havens talked on playing Lulu as someone determined to shut the door, even while recognizing that determination doesn't remove feeling. She leaned into the difficulty of meeting Nathan again thereafter, letting the need sit there without resolution. With Maxie's reappearance looming, Havens admitted the timing as pure soap design, chuckling that it was practically 3-2-1, kiss the husband and then here comes Maxie. It wasn't about villains or betrayals yet, just people making choices they'd have to answer for once the weather cleared and the real world came rushing back in. General Hospital spoilers 3 weeks ahead, Valentine's shocks, new couplings, Drew's unending misery. General Hospital spoilers and updates for the upcoming 3 weeks, from February 2nd to February 20th, hint that some major events are on the way. Expect Valentine's Day surprises, new romantic partners, Maxie Jones' recuperation, and Drew Kane's troubles. Week of February 2nd, Jason meets with Sunny, Willow's using Scout. During the week of February 2nd to 6th, Jason Morgan will meet with Sunny Corinthos, leading to some stunning disclosures. Sunny is going to discover about Jen Sidwell shooting Henry Hank Dalton while Britt Westbourne was present. Since Britt brought up Ross Cullum and his ties to the WSB, Jason might also divulge that information and wonder if Cullum was behind the attacks on Sunny. Meanwhile, Willow Kane appears to be manipulating Scout Quartermaine and Danny Morgan's dilemma for her own profit. Willow will make trouble for Alexis Davis and Michael Corinthos as she tries to secure time with Wiley Corinthos and Amelia Corinthos. Drew continues to suffer. Britt makes a shocking discovery in the confines of Drew's house. A simmering frustration will surface within him as he grapples with the reality of Willow directing the course of his life. In a moment of vulnerability, Willow might disclose her involvement as Drew's shooter, emphasizing that there's no possibility he'll escape the restrictions of that bed. Meanwhile, at Britt's location, things take a turn for the dramatic as she undergoes a breakdown upon discovering information that was clearly designed to remain hidden from her. Is it feasible that Britt will discover about Anna Devane's perilous predicament and become overtaken with panic, just as Cullum warns her to maintain silence? Week of February 9th, Lulu and Nathan fight temptation. Will Cody and Molly make up? From February 9th to 13th, Lulu Spencer and Nathan West will face temptation, as news from Boston will come as Maxie returns on February 12th. This indicates Maxie is soon to wake from her coma and will have significant surprises, starting with Nathan being alive. Nathan and Lulu's sentiments may be disguised for now, but they will eventually come out in unanticipated ways. Meanwhile, Cody Bell and Molly Lansing Davis are having romantic issues just as Valentine's Day approaches. Will they resolve things in time or spend the holiday feeling sad? Week of February 16th, Jason and Britt sneaky Valentine's Day. New couplings' Valentine's Day celebrations might extend into February 16th to 20th as the holiday is on a Saturday. Jason and Britt will find methods to spend time together. GH spoilers hint at romantic times for Curtis Ashford and Jordan Ashford when they reconnect. Rick Lansing will have a date with Elizabeth Baldwin, but Sidwell's relationship with Lucy Coe may go poorly because of his interest in Ava Jerome. If Lucy insists that Sidwell exclusively focus on her, he might end things. General Hospital spoilers. Fans feel short-changed over Britt and Jason. General Hospital spoilers state that if it almost feels like fans are getting short-changed on this subject, it's because they are. Fans feel short-changed over Britt and Jason. Of course, we are talking about Britt Westbourne and Jason Morgan, as there has been a lot going on off-screen that fans simply have not seen on television and want to know why. In reality, it's been said that Jason rescued Britt from drowning in frigid water, but it all happened off-screen. If that weren't enough, Jason and Britt also got extremely busy between the sheets, but fans didn't get to watch that moment in action either. Why is it that we are getting so much backstory on Britt and Jason, but are not actually seeing any of it in front of the cameras? Clearly, General Hospital fans had a lot to say about the topic on social media. Some even reacted with, "I noticed this as well. I came to the opinion that Steve is just remarried and maybe he opted not to have public love scenes anymore." What's next for Britt and Jason? It could be a stretch, but I remember him having love scenes in the past while in his previous marriage. This time around, is he taking a different approach out of respect for his new wife? And then there was this comment as well. I had to go back to the previous show when the Jason and Britt scenario popped up and he'd purportedly rescued her from the lake. Sidwell informs Britt she's not going anywhere when she attempts to leave, and then boom, she's in that bizarre moment with Jason. And then there was this comment as well. They give us that horrible bullshit with Carly and Brennan, but then pull this crap. I'm no fan of Jason and Britt, but the pacing of that whole rescue and love scene was terrible. I did appreciate Lulu and Nathan's parts, only wish they hadn't stopped. Secret exposed, desperate plea, dirty moves, custody war explodes. This week on GH, Jason reveals an inconceivable secret. Anna may be trapped beneath Windmere, and Willow plays her boldest and most dangerous hand yet. Caesar Faison's alive, Anna Devane's desperate, and Willow Kane makes a confession. Key point: Caesar Faison is alive, and Jason knows the truth. Anna Devane is captive and losing her grip on reality. Clues tie Faison back to the WSB conspiracy. Willow's custody talks turn cutthroat. Willow's confession and the mysterious Key Faison's alive. This week's teaser opens with Jason Morgan revealing an unexpected truth. He is with acting Port Charles Police Commissioner Dante Falconeri. He tells him Faison's alive, as a flash of an annoyed Nathan West's face is revealed. Dante somehow doesn't look all that surprised, even though Faison's brain had been on a jar on Kevin Collins' desk. Anna Devane even confronted Faison's body in the morgue after Peter August pulled the plug. Perhaps that wasn't Faison's brain after all, or were his memories transplanted into someone else? Anna's desperate. In the meantime, Anna appears to still be trapped somewhere in the bowels of Windmere, probably in the catacombs underneath the mansion. She is desperate and calls out to Felicia Scorpio, "You have to get me out of here," with Felicia and Anna both in tears. Or is that Felicia after all? Anna thought she saw Peter as well as dreaming that Lisa Lobrecht was the nurse who gave her phlebotomy. She also saw Faison and heard his voice, and found his cigarillos and his book which Jocelyn Jacks found in corrupt WSB director Ross Cullum's coat. She will also keep digging for information this week. Willow's custody talks begin. In the meantime, Willow's custody talks begin when Alexis Davis, Willow, Rick Lansing, and Michael Corinthos meet. Alexis replies, "Let's get started," as Rick portrays Michael and she continues to represent Willow. However, Alexis will find herself dismayed, as Willow will play dirty. Was she intending to continue keeping Emily Scout Kane with her until Drew Kane gets home from a hospital, with Willow setting up to nurse him at home? Does Willow back out of that and deny her? Willow's confession. Now the picture cuts to Willow's mother, Nina Reeves, approaching Willow and shocking her. It appears like it may be in Drew's house. Willow will confide something in her mother, but why does she appear so startled? She's had something in her hands that she immediately covers. Willow starts to talk, opening with, "I begged Michael for peace." The scene then rushes back to the meeting as Willow passes Alexis a lot of documents, and Michael looks glum and angry. Willow gasps, as Rick looks suspicious and cynical and Alexis looks at him a bit sarcastically too, like she anticipated something would happen. Willow makes her move. It looks like Willow makes her move as she adds, "It's time for something stronger." She holds a key in her hand. Is she preparing to take another gun to kill Drew off? Is this key what she was trying to hide from Nina in the earlier scene? Or is she preparing to grab another gun from the Quartermain estate to try framing Michael for shooting Drew again? What may this strange key open, and why is Willow so secretive about it? Willow blackmails Alexis, Britt's medicine missing, Emma got a call about Anna. Today on GH, Willow blackmails Alexis in a nasty custody move, Britt finds her life-saving pills are gone, and a scary call from France alters everything. Willow Kane played rough with Alexis Davis, and Britt Westbourne's meds went missing. Plus, Emma Scorpio Drake got a call from France concerning her missing grandma, Anna Devane. Key points: Willow crosses a line with Alexis. Alexis feels trapped, and furious. Britt's medication goes missing. Marco warns Lucas about the catacombs. Emma drops a bombshell about Anna. Alexis had a visitor. When Alexis got to the office, Suzanne told her about a visitor. Alexis prepared herself before finding out it was Willow. Willow stated Drew Kane's condition hadn't altered and expressed grief that he wouldn't be with her for the custody trial. After getting acquitted for shooting Drew, Willow wanted Alexis to represent her in family court too. Alexis hesitated, stating it wasn't her area, but Willow emphasized she couldn't trust Rick Lansing again after he let her down before. Willow believed she had a better case now that Michael Corinthos will be prosecuted with shooting Drew, thanks to Alexis. Willow played dirty with Alexis. She provided Alexis a dossier about Jacinda Bracken's criminal past to use against Michael in court. Alexis sought to return the paperwork, but Willow refused. She said having her kids back was more essential than her freedom. "You'd do anything for Scout Kane, right?" she said. "You'd do anything to ensure Sam McCall's daughter feels loved. It's the same for me and my kids. That's why we connect. We both know you do what you must for those you love. You don't always have to enjoy it, just do it." Alexis agreed to read at Jacinda's file and think about the case, but Willow became more direct in threatening Alexis's visitation with Scout if she didn't comply. Alexis turned down Jacinda's file and told Suzanne about the blackmail upset. Alexis refused the file and indicated she would handle it her way, stating the case was very solid. After a sobbing Willow thanked everyone and left, Alexis complained to Suzanne that she felt blackmailed into aiding Willow with her custody lawsuit. Suzanne pointed out that Willow seems to actually love her kids, unlike her artificial sentiments for Drew. Alexis vehemently replied that they can't know Willow's true feelings as she's a superb liar. She was concerned about helping return Wiley and Amelia Corinthos to a lady who shot her husband. Suzanne told her that the judge would make the final call and urged letting justice run its course, which made Alexis grin ruefully. Britt and Jason woke up together and discussed her situation. Britt woke up to discover Jason Morgan tending the fire in the harbormaster's cottage. She assured him she felt much better after nearly freezing the night before. She wished they could be alone here, away from everyone, and agreed it would be tricky to keep their distance so Jen Sidwell and Ross Cullum wouldn't discover he was helping her escape. Later, when they made ready to go, he assured her they were in this together, and she replied she trusted him. He stated last night was amazing and pledged not to abandon her. Britt suggested he could sneak in to visit, but he didn't want to risk it. When he considered slipping into her room to grab a vial of her prescription for reverse engineering, she thought it was too risky. Britt panicked when she thought her prescription missing. She wondered about how long it would take to duplicate the prescription and thought it humorous that Jason was so positive about it, and then kissed him passionately. As they left, he stated they couldn't go to the dock because they couldn't be seen together. She reminded him her phone was lost in the storm, so she couldn't call for a car. When he recommended she take a bus, she was astonished, and they joked as they went out of the house. Britt hurried back to her room at Bobby's and opened her drawer, astonished to find it empty. After checking the place for her medication, she was startled to discover nothing. Marco and Lucas had lunch at Bobby's after spending the night at the Metro Court. After a night at the Metro Court, Lucas Jones had lunch with Marco Rios at Bobby's. He recommended they have their own apartment on the mainland. Lucas wanted a space for them, but Marco questioned whether he was unhappy at Windmere. Lucas claimed it was good, but it belonged to his father. Marco revealed he was getting closer to his dad and didn't want to ruin it by moving away. Lucas understood but said that Pascal creeped him out, especially when he startled him in the wine cellar. Marco disregarded it, but Lucas was genuinely afraid and worried Pascal may come from the catacombs. Marco told Lucas to stay away from the catacombs and secret passages. Marco screamed at him to leave the catacombs alone and quickly apologized, sharing a story of becoming trapped in a cave as a kid. Lucas claimed he was an adult and could manage himself. He then saw Brit stroll in wearing yesterday's clothing and said, "If that's not a walk of shame, I don't know what is." Marco apologized for Pascal, and Lucas admitted he understood why Marco wanted to be with his dad. When Lucas joked about finding a secret entrance to scare Pascal, Marco told him again to avoid the catacombs. Lucas agreed to stay away. Marco reassured him that being at Windmere wouldn't be forever and recommended they start looking for a place in May. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe my channel without missing any update.